What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So we gotta talk about the news that's been going on about John Laurinaitis, Vince McMahon, and all, especially with the Janelle Grant accusations and stuff like that going on. In that case, it comes out that John Laurinaitis, or should I say, snitch Laurinaitis, is now turning his back on Vince McMahon and is willing to give evidence to the people to pretty much defend himself and saying Vince McMahon is a bad person. And I don't know what made him in his mind stop playing hardball with Vince to try to clear their name with the whole Janelle Grant situation. But I guess he probably gave in and said, you know what, fuck it, it ain't going anywhere. Let me flip the script and throw this all on him and whatnot. So it's insane that I thought about it. I don't know what took him so long. Probably just to cover his own tracks. But we're going to take a look at this article from CNBC. Let me switch my screen over. And I'm going to turn my camera off so you get a feel view of it, excuse me. And let's check this out. So it says, Vince McMahon sex trafficking case. Co-defendant John Laurinaitis agrees to help accusers. I'll bring up the key points there. If y'all want to look at it, I'll give you a few seconds. And let's scroll down. So it says, the co-defendant in the bombshell lawsuit accusing former WWE boss Vince McMahon of sexual abuse and sex trafficking has agreed to cooperate with and give evidence to the woman suing the pro wrestling mogul and the company. The co-defendant, John Laurinaitis, also reached a confidential settlement with McMahon's accuser, Janelle Grant, according to a statement issued by their representatives on Wednesday. A filing Wednesday in U.S. District Court in Connecticut shows that the lawyers for Grant and Laurinaitis agreed to dismiss her lawsuit against as it applies to the former wrestlers and WWE executive with prejudice, which means that it cannot be refiled. John Laurinaitis has agreed to cooperate and provide evidence in Janelle Grant's lawsuit against Vince McMahon and WWE, the rep said in a statement obtained by NBC News. His agreement to a confidential settlement is a pivotal next step towards holding McMahon and WWE accountable for bringing justice to Ms. Grant after years of sexual abuse and trafficking, the rep said. Mr. Laurinaitis looks forward to moving on with his life. We cannot provide any additional details at this time. Jessica Rosenberg, a lawyer for McMahon, in a statement to CNBC said, today's dismissal of John Laurinaitis as a defendant doesn't alter the fact of this case in any way. Vince McMahon never mistreated Janelle Grant, Rosenberg said. No matter how many press releases her team issues, the truth remains unchanged. As Mr. Laurinaitis' lawyer previously said, Mr. Laurinaitis cooperate, Mr. McMahon and publicly declaring that Ms. Grant's allegation of sexual abuse and coercion and her complaint are completely unfounded. A lawyer for WWE did not immediately respond to a request from comment. Scrolls down more and it says, when Grant first sued the defendant in January 2024, a spokesman for McMahon said this lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. Grant's settlement with Laurinaitis comes 3 weeks after she filed an amended civil complaint against him, McMahon, and WWE. McMahon resigned as the executive chairman of the board of TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE and Ultimate Fighting Championship, in January 2024 after Grant filed her lawsuit. In January 2025, McMahon agreed to settle administration charges filed by the Securities and Exchange Commission alleging he violated federal securities law by failing to inform WWE board of directors that he has signed non-disclosure agreements with two women whom he promised to pay $10.5 million to keep quiet about his sexual conduct, which is crazy. McMahon agreed to pay a $400,000 silver penalty in that case and reimburse the WWE $1.3 million after consenting to an order finding he violated securities laws. McMahon's wife, former WWE executive Linda McMahon, is currently serving as secretary of the U.S. Education Department under the couple's friend, President Donald Trump. In October, both McMahon's WWE TKO Holdings were sued in a complaint in Baltimore County, Maryland, accusing Vince McMahon of being aware of but failing to stop a wrestling ringside announcer from luring so-called ring boys as young as 12 and 13-year-olds to work on ring crews to sexually abuse them in the 1980s and 1990s. A lawyer for Vince McMahon told NBC News at the time of the suit they have were based on old false claims. And as it scrolls down, that's pretty much it. So there's that. So my personal thought on this whole thing, it looks like John Laurinaitis had enough, and seeing that this ain't going anywhere, and seeing the evidence that's being rained down upon him, he just decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna wash my hand with this whole thing. I'm not getting nowhere in this situation, and it's only gonna make me even worse in the future. So he probably said, you know what, fuck it. There's no sense of me to keep pressing on, thinking that I'm gonna get away scot free, and I'm gonna flip this all on Vince. Now it looks like in this case of him doing that, Vince lawyers and all that too, it's like, well, you try to do that, like we also got evidence that you still partaked in it and all. So even if you do deliver stuff that can rain down on Vince McMahon, let's call it what it is. Vince not getting out of this. Like he's in a world of trouble. You know what I mean? So there ain't no getaway scot free type shit anymore. And now you add John Laurinaitis and his type of evidence to bring to the accusers as well. Also going to make it even worse. But let's call it what it is. I don't think John Laurinaitis is going to get away scot-free, even if he do provide some evidence too, because there may be situations that Vince McMahon and his team could provide that be confirmed that John Laurinaitis did partake in it as well. So it's a lot that hangs in the balance with this, but for him to do that, it's the, well, why wait now? You could have did all this from the jump. So that's the $1 million question right there and whatnot. And yeah, I think it's over for Vince at this point. But I just don't know what snitch Laurinaitis waited so long to do this. Like you was trying to play hardball for so many months now, almost up to a year, and here you are. Now I wanted to just drop everything and try to flip the script all on Vince now and say he was the sole purpose of everything going on. Like, that's just ridiculous. And even with the whole Ring Boy situation that happened in the 80s, the late 80s and the 90s and whatnot, that's actually horrible. Horrible. That these little boys were getting sexually abused, at a young age, and who was affiliated with the ring crew and stuff like that. If allegations is true about that, this is a wrap for Vince. You can take it all away because he's not gonna recover from this whatsoever. And it seems like everybody's trying to really distance themselves from him because they know for a fact that you being part of anything that has Vince McMahon's name attached to it could put you in deep water. This is how serious these accusations is and whatnot. And I look at it from this standpoint with John Laurinaitis too. Even if it took you this long to do that, and trying to snitch your way to clear your hands and have a better life and all that, people still ain't gonna forget what you did, because even if you provide them with the evidence and all that information and all that too, you still partaked in it. So nothing changed whatsoever at all. So it could be a situation where if all come back is true and you was part of it, maybe you get a lighter sentence. But well, for all intents and purposes, you ain't no saint in this whole scenario. Far from that. And there's nothing else that you can say that's going to give you a clean slate moving forward. All that shit is done, with no doubt about that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the situation here, because I think it was crazy that he waited now to finally address all this, where he could have did this from the get go, and maybe things would have probably been different and all that too. So it's still insane to me that he waited this long to do that, but that's what happens. And to make matters worse, because this is when Vince McMahon was trying to buy back WWE from TKO. Give him offerings and all that too, that, let's be honest right now, was not going to happen. Like, we can scratch that off the clipboard and all. They ain't talking about making a whole new wrestling promotion and whatnot that, again, would never have gone off the ground, especially with everything going on here. And just his mindset as well. It's like he's just stuck in his old school mindset ways that definitely wouldn't have worked out in this generation as well. Like, it's a lot that hangs with it, but we knew it was never going to stick anyway, and TKO was definitely not going to give Vince the reins back again and all that. Especially how much they're making an advertisement, how much they've been marketing the brand and all that too. Like, it's fucking crazy. So you think they risk giving all of that up to Vince, especially everything going on right now? Yeah, you can forget that. I think it's clipped at this point, and we're gonna have to see what's gonna go down moving forward, with this whole situation and all. So, if any more news comes out and all that, y'all can let me know in the comments down below and whatnot, and I definitely will talk about it a lot more. So comment down below, let me know what some other videos that want me to check out, and definitely will see what's going on as far as with this whole case for Vince and John Laurinaitis and the Janelle Grant situation too. So definitely looking forward to talking about that a lot more. But I appreciate y'all love and support. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop content right here on this channel. Roll to 200 subscribers. Continue to keep God first. Trust the process on anything that you do in life. Your time will come. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.